Hi everyone, how are you? Today I'm going to talk about resetting your vagus nerve. Now, this might sound a little bit woo woo and a little bit out there, but um, it's actually very heavily based in a lot of science. So, if you are looking to reduce anxiety and stress and reset your body and your mind, keep watching because I really think this could be something that is going to be good to help people with ADHD. So, the vagus nerve came to my attention recently, and when I first read my friend's message to me, I thought it was the vagus nerve, which would be a completely different type of video and probably something that I'm not going to go into. But it is actually pronounced the vagus nerve. And my friend had brought this up because she'd been experiencing seizures that were non-epileptic in um, in nature, and she found out that they were actually potentially caused by a lot of stress. And she said that she'd tried this nerve reset. She thought it was wonderful. So I thought, well, you know what? A lot of us with ADHD get stressed. We are in states of hyperarousal a lot of the time where we're either stuck in our states of procrastination or completely out of control in our hyperactivity times. And I thought, you know what, this could be something that's actually really good to look into for ADHD. So I did a deep dive on your behalf. You are welcome. So if we're going to get into the science of it, um, the vagus nerve is pretty much the biggest one in your body. It's a cranial nerve. It starts, as it seems like, in your brain, in your head, your cranium. And I am not a doctor or a medical person of any kind, so I'm not going to try and explain every single thing that it does, but I will link to some videos below that are incredibly good. But basically, this nerve connects your brain to masses of different things within your body. So it connects to your internal organs. It connects to your pharynx and larynx, so it helps you speak. It helps you swallow. It's all part of in your ears as well. It's in your liver and your kidneys and your spleen and your gut, and it's what actually connects your body to your brain. So being able to make sure that this nerve is happy and settled and not flaring up is actually a really good thing to do. And the more I looked into it, the more I was fascinated by this. Now, this is something that Western medicine is really only clocking on to now, but it is something that um, Eastern medicine has known about for centuries. There's a specific type of yoga that you can do to help calm the vagus nerve. There's breathing exercises that you can do to help calm the vagus nerve. If you go and see a chiropractor, they may work on this nerve to help whatever the issue is that you have. Um, but it's actually, if we go back to Western medicine, it's actually part of what they call the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's all your involuntary systems in your body that you don't need to think about doing. So things like swallowing, your heart beating, digestion, all of that. So why are you telling me all this? And I know I'm starting to ramble a little bit. I'm telling you this because, firstly, I thought it was fascinating, and secondly, I actually went down the path of looking into some of the videos um, that are available out there to do a reset on it. And I just wanted to share this with you because I think it would be something very beneficial for most people with ADHD. I mean, you think about how we feel on a daily basis. We can go from feeling completely stuck and not wanting to start projects to feeling out of control in our hyperactivity, in our minds. I know that I certainly feel like that at times, and anything that I can do to try and ease that, to make my life easier, you've got to give it a go. So I did a couple of videos, and I'll link these below as well, with a lady called Sukie Baxter. And one of the first things that she did was, if you can have a look at my ear, and this part here is to massage within there. Now, I'm not going to do this because I'm just going to look like I'm poking myself in the ear. But you do that at each side. There's neck stretches that you can do where you move your eyes as well. She had some stretches that you do where it's like a body twist, a body and neck twist. And these actually reminded me of some yoga poses that you can do that actually feel amazingly good. So I've done these for a few days, and I have to say, after each session of doing them, I have felt amazingly relaxed. And I've generally been doing it about lunchtime because that's when I remember to give it a go. And afternoons for me are usually a little bit more up and hyper and involved, because I'm picking up my kids. They're coming home. There's a lot more noise. There's a lot more stimulation going on in the house. And it's actually allowed me to go and pick them up in a much calmer frame of mind, in a happier frame of mind. And I don't know whether that is actually a physical change or if it's psychosomatic, and quite frankly, I don't really care, because if I'm being calmer and happier and more relaxed, then that has got to have some sort of good effect on my body. So anyway, I hope that you find this intriguing, and perhaps you'd like to give it a try as well. As I say, I'll link to some videos down below that you can watch. They'll explain the science behind the vagus nerve, which is actually a pretty in-depth video, and one that Sukie Baxter does that is a much more simplified discussion about polyvagal theory, and then a couple of the exercises that she says to do. So yeah, give them a try. You've got nothing to lose. Most of them just take a couple of minutes to do, and I'd be fascinated to see if these actually help you, and what you think of this, if it's a bit too woo-woo for you, or if you are following the science behind it and actually has any benefit to you. So until next time, friends, I will speak to you soon.